Spookathon, where the music is the only thing keeping us all awake. HRM.
Hi, Dr. Trevor Fox here on Hospital Radio Medway. Thank you for joining us on our 24-hour Spookathon. In front of me now in the studio, I have a legend who is Mr. Tony Blackburn. Good morning, Tony.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure. Well, good luck with your... What is it?
It's a 24-hour Spookathon raising money for the children's wards at Medway Hospital.
Excellent stuff, yeah.
So it's really good news.
Yeah.
And basically, how does it feel to be known as a legend in broadcasting?
Well, I don't know. It's only because I've been around such a long time, really. 45 years is quite a time to have been around, and I suppose coming from the pirate radio era as well, it's a little different, but apart from that, no different to anybody else, really, I don't think.
Really, going back to the pirate radio, how was it to broadcast from the North Sea in the 60s?
Well, it was quite wet. No, it was great fun. I mean, we were doing something totally different. There was no commercial radio around.
No.
And, I had a feeling when I went out there in 1964 that we were going to do something a little special. And it turned out that way, which was nice.
From pirate radio, it took you onto the Radio 1. You were the first voice on Radio 1.
Yes, I opened up Radio 1 in 1967.
And can you remember what the first song is you played?
Flowers in the Rain, by The Move.
Wow,
yes.
Great song. Now, obviously, Chris Moyles is the current radio presenter, and you were currently voted the best breakfast presenter, or the most popular breakfast presenter. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel great. Chris Moyles, it doesn't make him feel quite as good.
I bet it doesn't, no.
But I didn't point that out to him. He's never mentioned that to me. He's been on the show longer than I have now. He's done over... I wasn't aware there was a competition going on until he said, would I like to go on his programme? And I said, why is that? He said, because I've been on the show longer than you have, and he wanted particularly to do that. But up until then, I didn't realise that we were in competition.
No, but it's absolutely brilliant for you, of course. And obviously, a couple of years before that, you actually won I'm a Celebrity as well, one of the very first I'm a Celebrity winner.
Well, 2002, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I mean, how was that? How was the jungle?
Well, it was very jungly, and it was it was great fun. I mean, I loved it. It was a mind-boggling experience to be out there, and a lot of people don't think it's genuine, but it is. It's 100% genuine. You don't go back to a 5-star hotel every night or something like that. You're stuck out there for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it might be. But I loved it. I thought the peace of it all and the beauty of it was just tremendous.
Is there one memory from that time that actually sticks in your mind vividly?
Well, I think winning it, to be honest with you, because it was terrific to the public. Up until then, I didn't think the public liked me very much, but it was very nice to have all those votes coming in.
Would you say that it rebooted your career a little bit once you finished?
Well, no, until I read in the papers that I did it to rescue a career, I thought I was doing quite well, because I was on the radio 6 days a week.
Yes.
But what it did, it introduced me to a new audience, a much younger audience, and so I suppose from that point of view it did. But I didn't do it for that reason. The only reason I went out there was because I wanted to go to Australia.
Oh, brilliant.
I'd never been to Australia before, and I'd obviously never seen the I'm a Celebrity because it was the first one. And to be invited to do something like that, I've always believed in life, an opportunity only comes around once.
Of course, and to be in the jungle must have been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, my wife didn't want me to do it, and my mother didn't want me to particularly, and my agent wasn't quite sure about it. But I thought I could handle it, and I'd have hated it if, if I hadn't done the show and seen it and then thought, I could have been a part of that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take the risk, and there is a risk attached to it because you never quite know how it'll turn out.
And the risk paid off.
Well, it did, yes. I mean, but I didn't do it from the point of view of the career. As it happened, it worked out quite well. But I'm not doing anything much different now than I did before I went in. A lot of the people that were in there, they didn't do anything else. I mean, that was the thing. But I mean, I luckily had a career anyway.
That's right. You're always on Saturday Night Entertainment TV. We're always seeing you on the TV. So you are very much in the public face.
Yeah.
You use Twitter and Facebook a lot.
Yes, I do. I'm a great believer in it. I mean, I love technology, and I've always tried to be ahead of everybody, what other people are doing. And I saw that Twitter and Facebook, I find it quite fascinating. And luckily, I've got an iPhone.
Oh,
and so I do videos and stuff like that now.
I followed you on Twitter and I'm following you on Facebook. And obviously 2 or 3 times a day, you're tweeting or Facebooking, however you want to put it.
Yeah, it's got nothing else to do.
Can't say things like that.
No, it's not. No, I do it because it is a great way. I find the whole thing fascinating. Also, you can actually get immediacy. At the moment, I'm putting a lot of pictures up of different artists from the 60s and things that I've met and things like that, because I've got a terrific collection of pictures and things like that. And so I put one up the other day when I was taken with Stevie Wonder, and people seemed to be interested in it.
Absolutely.
Today I'm going to put one up, or I put one up fairly recently, with Kenny Everett and people like that, and so it's attracting a load of people who, like myself, are living in the past, and so but I don't like living in the past too much, but those pictures are quite special. Some of them.
But going back to, obviously, you like Motown music, you've got a big passion
I love
for
it,
Motown.
yeah.
Well, what is the passion? Why do you like Motown?
Well, I introduced it to this country. I did the first Motown show in 1965, and it wasn't, black music wasn't being played in this country because the media is very much controlled by white middle-aged men, or it was at the time, and it still is to a certain extent. So I wanted to change that. I've always loved black singers, black soul singers, and so Motown for me was very special, and it always has been.
And it's still going today, really. I mean, there's so many big stars, and you listen to radio today, and they're still playing them tracks. Yeah, you especially play the tracks on any radio show you do as well.
Yeah, I do. Well, I do an hour. I do on 2 radio stations I work for. I do an hour of Motown, and people love it, and it's just great music. It's not very. I mean, I love what I would call proper soul music as well. I love that and dance music, but Motown is what I call pop soul in a way.
And everyone likes it, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
and there's definitely a song that if you played a Motown song, everyone would enjoy one of them at least.
Yeah. And
Sorry,
you were saying.
So I just wanted to say, obviously on Hospital Radio Medway, we have a vast record collection. So to end the interview, I'd love to know.
Not as big as mine, though.
I bet. We're getting who's got the biggest now, I see.
Yes, no, I have the biggest.
Okay, I'll let you win that one.
That's all right.
But I'd love to know, to end this interview, what song would you love us to play for you this morning?
Well, it's a song that, one of my favourite songs that I actually got released as a single, so I'm quite proud of it. It's Diana Ross and I'm Still Waiting.
I'm Still Waiting by Diana Ross here on Hospital Radio Medway. Thank you very much, Tony Blackburn, for joining us.
Pleasure.
And keep listening.
Well, I don't listen.
This is the 24-hour Spookathon, Hospital Radio Medway.